Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. This is episode 94 of our Baldur's Gate 3 blend playthrough. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome in. I'm very excited for this episode. We need freaking answers. We have a mind flayer here who is our dream visitor, keeping us safe and also keeping Orpheus hostage. I think Orpheus is even gagged so that we can't hear Orpheus talk, which is very concerning to me, because why would you be afraid of what Orpheus has to say if it isn't an inconvenient truth? Maybe it's to prevent Orpheus from casting magic, I'm not sure, but we need answers. We need answers. But first, I have been told by a great friend of the channel that if I go to Marky Mark and the tadpoles.com, sorry, I think I need to do HTTP. Sorry. One second. HTTPS //. Did that work? No? All right, let me just get the link from Discord. He sent it to me on Discord. And if you go to Marky Mark and nope, that's why I typed it wrong. Marcus Everystar and the tadpoles.com. We have our winter tour coming soon to you. Marcus, Marky Mark, Everystar, Shadowheart. For those of you who don't know, Luke, incredible friend of the channel and friend of mine, is a web developing mastermind, has done so much work for us in the past. And I love this so much. I am amazed that this exists. Between episodes, I looked over at my Discord and I saw this and I was like, I have got to share this on camera. Marcus, Marky Mark Everystar, Shadowheart and the Cleric. Sorry, Shadowheart the Cleric and Marcus's Goth GF. Karlak the Running Hot Barbarian. Will Well Met Raven Guard. Lae'zel who will murder you. Astarion, obviously a vampire. Just Gale. Halson the Frequent Bear and sometimes Druid. I wonder what happens if you click this. Oh my god, the background art too. The background happens if you click this. Upcoming shows, location redacted, sold out. Location redacted, sold out. The redacted location so that Luke doesn't spoil anything for what's coming soon in Baldur's Gate. This is so funny. Live dates, we got home. Oh my god, that's so funny. Shout out to Luke. I am amazed that I can play video games on the internet and the lovely creative people who find my videos can make things like this exist. I am so shook. Anyways, welcome back. We're in the middle. We just started, for those of you who need a reminder. We arrived at the astral plane, I think is what we're calling it, to hear that our dream visitor needed help, to see intellect devourers defending a mind flayer and Githyanki monks attacking. We decided to trust the Emperor, aka the Dream Visitor, and now it's time to hash out whether or not that was a mistake. So let's do that. No part of me suspected this. Are you shitting me? I maybe should have. I knew you had Mind Flayer-like powers, but no part of me suspected that you were a Mind Flayer. I'm not, and here's the... Okay, I'm gonna ask you a question first, and then I'll talk through my thoughts. I have a million thoughts on this, as you might expect, right? A major twist just happened in the game. Who are you? I'm gonna need a name this time.
You may call me the Emperor.
I can't call you Bob? Billy?
An adventurer. I came from Baldur's Gate, though I was never one to be constrained by circumstance. I longed for more. That longing brought me to Moonrise Towers on a search for treasure, to a colony of mind flayers who caught me, changed me into what I am now.
And somehow you resisted?
For years, I served the Elder Brain, the one you know as the absolute. I was a thrall like any other, but I was fortunate. I broke free and started a new life in my old city. I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, but there are plenty of them, rarely missed. And they fueled me while I did my work. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stillmain. We formed a partnership, and through her, I became the governing force behind the Knights of the Shield, the largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate.
The lore.
People referred to me as the
Knights
Emperor.
of the Shield.
Such was my influence, though of course they had no idea what I really was.
They couldn't tell by your
My
hands.
needs were sated. I was happy for a while, until my true nature was discovered by the tyrant himself, Lord Gortash. He tore me from my home and brought me back to the brain, where I became a slave once again. A slave he continued to call the Emperor. The name was intended as a slight, to remind me of the heights from which I fell. But I have grown fond of it. It encapsulates well who I've become.
I mean, that is incredible. That's an incredible story. And the fact that they can do it in just this much dialogue is a testament to the writing in this game. Okay, here's my immediate thought. Shadowheart said, of all the beings to be indebted to, a bloody mind flayer. And here is the awkward, unfortunate, but interesting truth about mind flayers in this game from a person who has not encountered mind flayers before in D&D. I think if you have encountered them, you knew what I didn't at the start of the game, which is that mind flayers as a species have a sort of tick against them, unfortunately, because they require... It's vampire adjacent. They require brains for subsistence. Even the most ethical vampires, and I want you to know that all of this goes against every fiber of my being. This path we're about to walk down mentally. I want so badly to believe, and I do still at my core believe, but we'll get back to it, that an individual is not the species they were born into, the circumstances they were born into, etc., 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 etc. But here's the thing with mind flayers. They require living brains. My understanding is they require living brains in order to subsist. Right before we saw that, I was about to say, I am not upset that our dream visitor turned out to be a specific species, mind flayer. I am most concerned with the Prince Orpheus bondage situation. I ain't here to kink shame. You can, hey, whatever bondage you're into, first off, as long as it's between two consenting adults. The problem is I don't think Orpheus is consenting. That's the thing that most concerns me. There is a slight tick against you because... maybe because I have been hanging around Lae'zel too often, but even the most ethical vampires have to have someone else's blood to stay happy and to stay alive. Mind flayers are like that plus a step up. They can't just subsist off of the blood that someone else could still and keep their thrall or their person still alive and maybe functioning with some degree of freedom or happiness. They have to consume the fucking brain, meaning they have to end the life. Then we get so that's where my head is at right before we get this scene. Then we get a really incredible flashback, series of flashbacks and overview of history. We have a I sustained myself on criminals. Unglamorous, there were plenty of them, rarely missed. I had the good fortune to meet Duke Stelmane. I became the governing force behind the Knights of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I don't know anything about prior to this moment. The largest mercantile operation in Baldur's Gate. I don't know if that means legit. Mercantile means like having and relating to like trade, right? Mercantile definition of or relating to or characteristic of trade or traders. Okay, cool. I don't know if that means legit merchant or like you know, thieves guild type or like stealing. I think it is probably legit. Also, the enemy of my enemy, Gortash, is my friend. So, the one thing that still concerns me, I'm not concerned about you being a mind flayer. 99.9%. I'm not concerned about you being a mind flayer. I'm not concerned about the way you've treated me. I'm very concerned about what you're doing to Orpheus right now. Did you have to eat criminals' brains? That's, I think, a given. How did you end up here? You went back to the Elder Brain. You were serving Gortash and the Chosen. How did you end up here?
Gortash sent me on a mission to retrieve the Astral Prism. I was one of many, but the first to find it. How Gortash or the other Chosen learned of its existence, I do not know. The moment I found it, I felt it change.
Ah.
My free will returning. I followed the feeling inside and found the Githyanki. I realized what the prism was for. Containment. While my body was within the prism's bounds, my mind was free. I could resist the Elder Brain, the Chosen. Better yet, I could plan to overthrow them. All I needed to do was subdue the Githyanki and find allies in the outer world. You.
Okay, we're approaching the red-hot center of my concern. Man, I mean, whether or not you agree with any of the sort of reactions I've had in the last 20 minutes to this game and the dialogue in this story, whether or not you know more because you've played further in the game, you've played more D&D, you know more of the deep lore of this world, I'm sure I'm missing things, weighing things incorrectly. Regardless of how you feel, you gotta hand it to them. This is a tense fucking... them being the writers of Larian Studios. This is a tense fucking moment. I know who the Githyanki in the sphere is. Are you gonna tell me what this battle is about?
We fought to tame Prince Orpheus, the son of Gith herself. His power has been the source of your continued protection against the voice of the Absolute. The power to disrupt hive mind communication. It is the same power that enabled Orpheus's mother to bring about the fall of the Illithid Empire eons ago. A power she passed on to him, and that I leveraged for you. When Orpheus's mother left, a usurper took her place. Vlaakith declared herself queen of the Githyanki. Vlaakith wanted his power, but Orpheus rose against her. And so she sealed him and his honor guard within this prison. Bound by infernal chains, Orpheus could never leave.
Perfect.
Bound by duty, his guard never would. They were close to breaking my hold on that prince. And if they had succeeded, we would be lost. I am relieved. You have embraced your potential enough that you could help me eliminate them. Alone, Orpheus will be much easier to control.
You're telling me there's no shot Orpheus and you could work on the same team? There's no shot we don't have to control Orpheus or subdue him, but that he might be interested in what we're attempting to do? Tell me, Orpheus, a Githyanki, is it into taking down the Elder Brain? Is it just that Orpheus doesn't like you because you're an Illithid and the Githyanki versus Illithid hate runs so deep? I am so interested. It's such a delicate line we're walking here. And I don't know that it's a terribly delicate line that you walked, Dream Visitor. The way I read this, Blackith's infernal chains are Blackith's chains are what is infernal. We know and don't love. I know and don't love Blackith. But shouldn't Orpheus then be the enemy of our enemy and our friend? Oh, Lord. Was it you or Orpheus that Blackith wanted us to kill when she ordered us inside the prism? What happens if we free Orpheus?
That would be a terrible idea. The moment he is free, he will attack you. Your only defense would be to kill him. And in so doing, you would doom us both.
Even though he is subdued, you feel Orpheus's revulsion. A pulsing hatred that cannot be contained. The Emperor is telling the truth. To him, you are just another wretched Illithid.
You carry a tadpole. As far as Orpheus is concerned, you are already a Illithid, a sworn enemy, just like me.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. Oh my god. Holy shit, to fight for our free will, we have to subdue, we have to remove his. When by any other, minus the Illithid versus Githyanki thing, by any other, which is enormous, has huge context in this, in the, both species history. Minus that, we would be allies. It seems to me. And yet that runs so deep that the narrator confirms that Orpheus would attack us on sight because I am already a Illithid. But the thing is, that is keeping me from being already Illithid is Orpheus himself, Orpheus's powers. Oh my god. What a weird Ouroboros of consequence and effect there, of cause and effect there. Orpheus is the reason we aren't entirely Illithid. Killing Orpheus would mean we become Illithid. Freeing Orpheus, we would be treated as Illithid and then killed. Jesus Christ, what a problem. Anyways, the Emperor is attempting to reach common ground here. You carry a tadpole. You're a sworn enemy just like me. The more I talk to you, the less you seem like a mind flayer, or we are alike in other ways. God, I don't know how to feel here. The less you seem like a mind flayer, the more I talk to you.
I appreciate that. But this is what I am. My original body was destroyed when I transformed. When I first escaped the Elder Brain, I searched for a new vessel. But the longer I inhabited this one, the more it grew on me. I realized that returning to my former self would only impose limitations. Any advantage I could gain by restoring my original appearance, I already had to hand in the form of magic, and that humanoid shape you've come to know. As an Illithid, I have far surpassed who I ever was before. You, too, should embrace this change.
Okay, so we do have some major differences, it turns out. Interesting. The Emperor has made not only peace, but the Emperor has made lemonade out of the lemons of having an Illithid body. Why do you say that? I don't like what you're implying, but I'm going to ask the question first. Why do you say that?
I believe we'll have a better chance of defeating the Elder Brain if you embrace your latent illithid potential. I've been studying you for a while now. I believe I can trigger the next stage of your tadpole's life cycle while continuing to preserve your independence. You have seen what I can do. Imagine yourself with the same strength, the same intelligence, the same devastating beauty.
So here's the
If you
interesting
let
thing.
me, I can evolve you.
Here's the interesting thing here, Emperor. Though you claim, and I believe you, not to be illithid in the political realm, illithid in the, like, fight for the future of the world and realm, or the world and universe realm, this is an awfully illithid take. This is not a the world is better with a wide variety of beings and types in it, or similar vibe. This is a your potential is greatest as illithid, and therefore you should take that choice. You should make that choice. Absolutely not. If you can evolve me, why can't you stop Ceramorphosis altogether? Good question.
The answer is twofold. One, I can, but it would kill you, as I told you before. Two, why would I? You have done well with the limited form you have, but you would do far better as an illithid.
In case you're keeping track at home.
Do you wish to evolve or not?
No. In case you're keeping track at home, the perceive the like my perception of the distance between us with the Emperor, with the Dream Visitor. Here's a graph. Start of the game, Act 1, most of Act 2, a little bit of concerning stuff, most of Act 2. You know what? I'm siding with the Dream Visitor. We pop in here, realize they're illithid, and they are chaining someone up. Mostly the latter. They have a lovely backstory. They mean that Orpheus definitely needs... They believe that Orpheus definitely needs to be subdued, but the narrator confirms that that is the correct choice. You would be better as an illithid. We're off the screen here. And doubles down on that thought. No, I don't want to become an illithid.
Even as you say the words, you feel a lurch of disappointment. Your mind bristles with illithid potential.
Interesting.
How could you be so cruel as to deny yourself what you want most in the world?
I felt that. It's your nature. You cannot fight it.
You cannot fight your
So
nature?
embrace it.
Interesting. I actually... What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
It wants to evolve, but it cannot do so alone. It must commune with another.
I have to say, I feel actually betrayed by this line. I feel truly betrayed by, it's your nature, you cannot fight it, embrace it. I would say one of the, as we've talked about, I would say one of the key themes of this entire game for me has been oversimplified nature v nurture, but also like a free will in a determinist situation or universe. No, I won't do it. The problem is it's a wisdom check. Do I ask the question or do I just say no? I'm going to ask the question. If it turns out asking the question removes my ability to say no, then I will probably reload. What is it?
A tadpole, nurtured by the psionic energy of the astral plane, cocooned here for millennia. It has become extraordinary.
No, I won't do it. Give me guidance, please. DC of 21. Jesus Christ, I hope I have some inspiration. If you've ever crossed your fingers Do it now for me, please. Oh, buddy. All right, we're going to roll inspiration here. How many do I have? Oh, buddy. 4. That will maybe do it. Oh, my God. Thank Christ. I had to roll a 2 on the guidance.
A wave of disappointment, stronger than any you've ever felt. And then stillness. You've resisted your illithid instincts.
I have an interesting idea.
For now.
You are not ready yet. Keep hold of it then, until you are.
Closed my own
It has
hand.
enough vitality to further your evolution and your allies. Perhaps you will be more inclined to try it when you see more of what our enemy can do. But we mustn't lose focus. We need to resume our journey.
Yes, we do.
You heard the Chosen. The brain has gone to the city, and the army marches to follow. We must not let them reach it. We must find the brain and bring it under our control.
That's actually a slightly different statement of what my goals are. Not to grab the Elder Brain and take it under our control. Jesus Christ, that was a huge conversation. Here's my thought. I wonder if the DC on that check goes up the more you use
Let's move.
your illithid powers. That's a rhetorical question. I don't actually want to know how the game has designed this. I want to remain blind in every way, shape, or form. I have imagined since the beginning that there were consequences to using these. And I think one interesting way that it might work is that the more you use them, the harder it becomes to resist the illithid the temptation to go full tentacle, if you will. Holy shit, what a conversation. That was crazy. That was very interesting. Lots of slight veers in the conversation that made me nervous, that made me see some kin in the Mind Flayer, in the Dream Visitor, the Emperor, and then stuff that
On my way.
made me feel as if they were completely alien to me. Scroll of Disintegrate. Holy shit. That's a hugely valuable spell. All right, we're going to do some looting real quick.
What's
And just
inside?
processing. That's mostly what I'm doing, is just thinking. Could probably take a short rest. Potion of Mind Reading, we'll send that to Shadowheart. A second Potion of Healing, thank God. Wizard's Bane Oil, we'll send that to Shadowheart. We need to buy potions of healing very badly. Very badly. Okay. I'm sure we have more conversation, and I'm sure speaking to my own friends, my companions, is going to be a bit of conversation too. Let's go ahead and take a short rest.
I can keep going a little longer now.
Okay, well, sorry, I had to step away from the computer for about 30 minutes. So I'm back. Weird cut scene transition. I'm back. We are done with that incredible conversation, and now it's time to either speak with Orpheus, which does not look possible. Oh my god, he looks incredible. Or exit. Or speak with the Emperor some more. Oh, Lord. Let's at least take a look at... Oh, we could break these. Imagine after everything I just went through with this conversation, I just decide to break these instead. Astral Globe of Domination. Let's see what happens if I interact with the Globe of Domination.
Let's see what this does.
That's what I'm saying, Marcus.
The orb hums with cerebral magic, permeable but impenetrable.
Permeable.
Within it, the Githyanki prince is as silent as a corpse, but for the murmur of his powers being siphoned away.
This animation is so beautiful. I can't stop looking at it. It's mesmerizing. It's like watching the surface of a bubble and a disco ball all at once. There's no way I can finagle anything to click on Orpheus, can I? No? Can I finagle the camera so I can look at Orpheus? I think this mask must be a... That's way too close. I think this mask must be a gag of some sort. Looks like he has a beard. Looks like they have a beard. Okay, let's talk to the Emperor real quick.
I should speak up.
See if we can glean any new conversation by restarting.
Consider using the tadpole. Your evolution will be a benefit to us both.
Okay, that's all you gotta say. In that case, let's...
It's not over.
Could be... Oh! Oh, I'm so happy I came over here. An inscribed Githyanki slate. That's lore, baby. That is lore. What does it say? Symbolic drawings etched over forgotten texts. Two figures, one an imposing female with a regal aspect, the other a devil, his face twisted with wry charm. Their hands meet in the exchange of an artifact, the astral prism. Imposing regal female, the other a devil. You can either dominate or destroy the Netherbrain. What else do we have here? Wizard of Waterdeep, speak with the bookseller. We gotta go book shopping. Help your protector is complete. The quest, it's lovely how they've done this. The quest is entitled Help Your Protector. If that isn't absolutely dripping with fucking
Good hero.
connotations of heroism and graciousness and all of the right things wrapped up in one, and it turns out who your protector is an enslaver of the hero of a people, or at least, oh my god, it's incredible. Okay, I think we're out of here. Let's go to the material plane. Are you sure you want to leave? Yeah, I mean, as sure as I'll ever be about this incredible decision, which I'm probably gonna regret, but I arrived at the conclusion I arrived to, so I guess we'll stick with it. Worms, look out. We're back. And we're in camp. Stadia needs to level up. I didn't notice that. The incredible music is playing. We do get a personal quest called Free Orpheus. That makes me very happy. Oh my god. The unspoken, like, hope of making the decision we made to party up with the Mind Flayer, the Emperor, and then continue forward is maybe if we learn enough information that convinces us otherwise, we might still have a chance to free Orpheus. We definitely need to speak to Lae'zel. Okay. This camp is weird, though, because it doesn't include everyone, right? Like, Astarion's here, but we don't know where the others are. We do probably need to actually long rest. Let's loot these bodies first, if there's anything here. It's cool.
Let's have a look.
I love this, like, this scene is like camp, but it is also, it doesn't function exactly perfectly like camp. We come out here and take a glimpse. This is the tower I came down from earlier, right? Beautiful. Oh, the music switched when I came here. What the fuck? This is our music video. This part is really beautiful. I wouldn't, in any other game, stop literally everything I'm doing to listen to the music like that. But, you know, like I didn't. I mean, the game that part right there reminds me the most of is a couple songs from Hades, and What's long rest, right?
There's no time to waste.
Kind of short on spell slots. Oh my god, we're sleeping right beside these dead bodies. And even in Hades, I wouldn't stop and completely listen to the music like that. That was really beautiful. I was just trying to listen to the lyrics and sort of take in the moment. It was really nice. I like that.
Still breathing.
I like that a lot.
Despite everything.
We have some conversations to have. I'm sure Lae'zel has some thoughts. That's for goddamn sure. Here's what I was gonna see. Wonder what that song was called. Anyways, let's just have some conversations.
I have no time for small talk.
You have no time for small talk. Let me stop performing then.
Your parasite communes with Lae'zel's. Her heart races as she learns of the events inside the astral prison.
Lae'zel, Orpheus is real.
Gith's only son.
Yeah.
He lives. It is not the gate visitor that Vlaakith would destroy and Voss would set free. It is Orpheus, the blood of the mother, the prince of the comet.
It is amazing. This is a hilarious line. It's amazing that the first thing out of Lae'zel's mouth isn't, "We must kill that Illithid," or something along those lines. Orpheus is that big of a figure. Who is Orpheus exactly?
Listen close. The Emperor spoke only in half-truths. For you to know the tale of Orpheus, you must know the tale of Gith and of Vlaakith.
Is this where we hear about the devil?
When we rose up against our gay slavers, Mother Gith made for the Hells to secure an alliance with the archdevil Tiamat.
Two figures.
Tiamat gifted the Githyanki our red dragons. Gith remained in the Hells, and Tiamat's envoy proclaimed Vlaakith our ruler. The first Vlaakith of many. It is Vlaakith 157 whom my people now call Queen.
157. A lot of Vlaakiths. How does Orpheus fit in?
Orpheus is Gith's only son. He led his mother's own honor guard in a coup against Vlaakith I. It was Kithrak Voss himself who slayed the prince in vicious battle, or so the Varshes teach us. Yet the Prince of the Comet's been with us, subdued by that repugnant Illithid.
There, we got there.
Should Orpheus go free, he would tear Vlaakith's empire to pieces and build new glory from the scraps.
And where do you weigh in, Lae'zel? What interests you? What's your take? What's your instinct tell you? Voss was right. Orpheus is the seed of Vlaakith's demise. Or it's just one Githyanki. Is he really all that dangerous to Vlaakith? This is laughable. This portrays a real this line 3 suggests a real lack of understanding of storytelling. Orpheus is more than the Githyanki that he is, even if he is magically powered, which he appears to be. He's also the living proof of the falseness of the story that Vlaakith has built, that 157 Vlaakiths have built their entire rule upon. If that story is false, then Orpheus is the proof that that entire story is false. Voss was right. Orpheus is the seed of Vlaakith's demise.
The seed and the sower.
Ooh.
Every word Voss spoke, he spoke true. Orpheus is the living proof of the Queen's lies, and the living weapon that conquered our gay slavers. One word from his lips, and the people would doubt. 2 words, and they would rage. 3 words, and they would bow to the true heir. If the Githyanki are to be free, the Prince of the Comet must lead the way.
This is going to be so interesting. I have no idea how to feel about how all of this is going to go. I'd like to talk about Orpheus. I sure would. I'd spend the next 3 episodes talking about only this if you'd let me.
What about him?
The people at home are like, please, Ryan, stop talking and just click the buttons. I'm sorry. It's just so thought-provoking. This is a very pressing question for me. Who were the hostile Githyanki in the prism? Were they Githyanki? Or are they Githzerai? That's a dumb question, but is that the case?
Orpheus's honor guard.
No, they're the
loyal
honor guard.
to the end. Trapped by Vlaakith in the same prism holding their noble prince, fruitlessly hacking at the sphere that contains him. They see us as Geich, tadpoled husks in the Emperor's thrall. I regret their deaths, but I pledge to live as they perished, in the service of Gith's son.
I mean, you didn't do the killing. I did. You weren't there. But it's amazing how far... It seems that in the stages of acceptance... or stages of grief, Lae'zel is past, like, denial that Orpheus is real, is past, you know, all of the stages of, like... And it's just full on, like, I am in the service of Gith's son, period. Why is he called the Prince of the Comet?
The historical slates describe Orpheus as a fearsome, terrible creature, powerful beyond measure, and enthralled by the Geich. So mad with power, he'd smash through the Githyanki Empire and deliver the shards to his illithid masters. And glowing with such psionic force that he and his red dragon blazed a trail through the skies. A lethal comet careening towards my people. Lies, of course. Vlaakith spread a false image of Orpheus as monstrous betrayer, and her knights as the butchers who sliced him through. She was right to fear him, I'll grant her that. So great is the comet, it could shatter her reign.
Why did Vlaakith keep Orpheus alive all those millennia ago?
The Emperor may be loathsome, but it's right. Orpheus can disrupt a Geich hive mind. A talent like that makes the Prince a powerful shield and a powerful weapon. Why destroy a weapon like that, when you can contain it in a relic and keep it for yourself?
Why would Vlaakith want Orpheus dead now if he's so valuable alive?
A weapon is only an asset for as long as it isn't pointed
You're not holding
at
the
you.
weapon.
The means of Vlaakith's own end has been ripped away from her. Better to have Orpheus killed than to risk his escape. Better to risk the rise of illithids than let the Prince of the Comet deny her the godhood she craves. Very well.
I'm pretty sure I know how she feels about the exceptional power of the astral touched tadpole, but I'm going to ask about it anyways.
It also promises to break us beyond repair.
Yeah, there you go.
This ossified parasite does not make us more, but less.
There you go.
There will be ice where once there was fire. There will be a void where our souls once resided.
It's amazing we've ended up closer to Lae'zel in terms of outlook than I would have ever guessed.
I know. And I won't.
I said you don't have to use it, and she said I know I won't. Incredible conversation, honestly. So much fun. Lore. Good stuff. Shadow Heart, your hair is now white. Asterion could use leveling up. Scratches in here. Are we all chilling? Who did I come to talk to? I think that's everybody, right? Was probably going to talk to Lae'zel. Okay. Let's level Asterion up real quick.
Delicious.
I must have missed when he leveled up. I don't know. Magical ambush. Your targets have disadvantage on saving throws against your spells. Interesting. This is a pretty easy level up here. Don't really feel like switching things out here. Darkness could be very interesting, actually. Let's change something out for darkness. Just to have the option to keep things fresh. All right, we're going to end rest now. Well, Act 3 has started by absolutely taking away my breath between this random... I didn't even make it out of camp in... Here's what happened. Finally, we got the Steam achievement for leaving Act 2. They started Act 3 by really driving home.
Must find where Gortash and Orin have established themselves and take their nether stones.
Our voice is different now. Our voice is oddly different now. Shadowheart, what happened to your hair?
Be honest. What do you think of the new look?
I love it. Literally, I love it. But also, who cares what I think? I love it.
Well, I'm glad someone does. Perhaps I'll get used to it. I have a lot to get used to right now.
Aw, her voice has such... Aw. They started Act 3 by saying, don't let your fucking guard down, Ryan. We'll attack you in camp. We'll take away the very dream visitor who you thought was on your side, or at least hoped was on your side. Anyways, I never really pursued the rest of the romance. What are you talking about? We're boyfriend girlfriend. We're goth GF and lead singer BF. You mentioned Char followers. Maybe I'm missing out on a relationship mechanic here. I don't know. You mentioned Char followers might be watching for us. Do you think we can use them to track down your parents?
I hope so. So long as I'm willing to stroll right into the Mother Superior's trap, they have no reason to not tell me where to go.
Well, that's one way of being absolutely determined. What do we look for?
Worm's Crossing is a choke point. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, I'd find somewhere before the bridge, blend in amongst the crowds, and wait. Most people seeking entry to the city will be refugees. I'd look wherever they're gathering.
We're watching for exactly what related to you? She wasn't saved by Sharon. She was abducted and indoctrinated for them. Her parents live in Sharon captivity. Make for Baldur's Gate in order to rescue your parents. So what exactly are we looking for, though? The, Starion will want to find Cazador Sar and face him. Okay. There's a dialogue history button, right? What exactly is she saying? Char followers might be watching for us. I'll stroll into the trap. If they're watching for us, they'll be at the choke point. I understand. Okay. If I wanted to intercept a new arrival, what she means is they'll be doing that. They'll wait for us. Okay. I misunderstood that completely. Let's keep talking.
Worm's Crossing. We could be inside the city walls before long. And I could be back where this all started.
I really do dig her hair. I'm really into it. What does this line mean? Maybe I'm not doing enough on the relationship front. Should I have brought you more flowers? We share something special I want to talk about?
Very serious of you. But go ahead.
Can I have a kiss? I haven't clicked this option.
Just the one?
Wait, we can just make out whenever we want now? Oh my god. Okay. I'll be back in an hour. I'll be back in an hour. You guys stay there. I'll stop the recording. I'll be back in a bit. It's just not in a weird way. Listen. I can't do it again. What does this line mean? I'm going to click it. I'm going to quick save first. We shared the beginnings of a romance for a while, but we never really pursued it, did we?
I suppose we didn't. Another life, perhaps.
Is this because I slept with Lae'zel? What do you mean by that? No, that made me so sad.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Hold up. Did I just end our relationship?
Why, hello, lover.
Nope.
That sounded more debonair in my head, I'll admit. Do you need something?
Sorry, I'm having a minor freak out over here. I wanted to talk about our relationship.
Of course.
You've never had a relationship quite like this one, have you?
Even if I could remember, I'm not sure I'd tell you. I don't want your ego to get overinflated.
Okay, I'm just rewalking the same streets here, but it's fine.
What's on your mind?
How am I holding up?
Why,
One more time.
hello, lover.
One more time. Our relationship.
Of course.
How are you faring? How are you?
Nervous, perhaps? When we entered Worm's Crossing, it felt like it might be the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Whatever happens, I'm glad it's with you next to me.
Aww. Okay. I don't know. I think Shadowheart might be, like, leading me on. I can't tell if we're in a relationship or not, but I ain't about to be the sucker that asks her for clarity. That would be silly. I want clarity.
Baldur's Gate is right over the hills. And so is Cazador.
This is going to be interesting.
And we are no closer to knowing why that bastard is so obsessed with getting me back.
Have any more leads?
I think we should track down my fellow Spawn. I'm not exactly looking forward to a reunion,
Good
but
idea.
perhaps they'll know something. If we can find them, we can force them to tell us what he's been doing since I was gone. And honestly, I imagine they'll be coming for me in the night if I don't.
Oh, I'll be... Oh, someone will be coming for you in the night. Okay. Sorry. Where would the other spawn be?
Unless Cazador has changed their orders, they'll be in the dens of this town, seeking prey. We should get to them first. Then we can make their pretty tongues talk.
Pretty tongues talk. I love that idea.
Worm's Crossing, the welcome mat of Baldur's Gate. This is it. I'm almost home.
Are you worried about Cazador finding out that you're back?
I won't lie. The thought hardly fills me with glee. Even with my newfound advantages, he's still an incredibly powerful vampire.
I mean...
But he's arrogant, too. If he does hear I'm back, he'll try to take me and expose himself in the process. Then I'll be able to strike.
How will you strike, exactly?
Neither will I, darling. At least I hope you'll come along for the show. But regardless, the plan
Absolutely.
is simple. Find him, stop him from gaining almighty power, and then really enjoy killing him.
Oh, that's so you, Astarion. And then really enjoy killing him. How you strike? He won't be alone. Neither will I. I'll definitely come along. All right, Karlak, your turn.
Soldier, this is it. We're almost to the city. First through Worm's Crossing, then on to the lower city. Oh, it smells the exact same. 10 years on, but still home. Incredible.
I was going to tell Astarion this, but I'll just say it in general. We've all changed so much between where we started and here. Shadowheart's an entirely different person. You're an entirely different person, Astarion. We're all entirely different. This is the... Yeah. Cazador Zar maybe won't know what
Need to find a way.
What hit him?
The city is close now. My former peers will be watching, no doubt. Waiting for my return.
Took 3
We
steps.
should do what we can to find them. What they know could help us.
I took 3 steps, and that's going to be the end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. We need to find Ashara and Lookout. One will be in the vicinity looking for him. Thanks so much for watching. Let's, yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Oh my god, this was a lot of fun. A lot of fun conversation today. A lot of good lore, a lot of character growth, a lot of hanging out with my friends. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. Until then, have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.